So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me when we talk about one of the greatest pros. He exudes calm, elegance.
Shot a goal! And it's a goal! There is the breakthrough! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And that's been won straight back.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Kimmich. Nesta cuts it out. Vieira. Del Piero. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Chance here to counter. Tries to play it through. He has found the way through. It's loose here and they'll want to reclaim it. And it's Neymar. Ah, such a clever touch. Shot could be on. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That is good alertness. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Costa Curta. Aimed beyond the defence.
Colorado Springs really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Cruyff. Oh, easy pickings there.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. No, again there's no way through.
Xabi Alonso really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Del Piero has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Now it's Del Piero. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Del Piero. Yep, it's a corner. And we have our very first corner. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. It's their second corner of the game. Nunez is there, and he can get that clear.
Colorado Springs truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
He's found a way through. It's out for a goal kick. Kimmich does really well to win the ball there. That's a pretty loose pass. Nedved conjures time and space where few can. Del Piero could try... Shoots! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. A high-octane end to the first period, but there's still a single goal in it.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
That gets things going for the second half.
Colorado Springs really...
And the finish! Oh, taken with style. A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. So smooth. A signature finish.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it.
And this is Pato. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense and so was the relief. The great escape.
Good ball, good take. And he's there to clear it.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
And here's Pato, and this is Bale. Oh, sweet feet. Rodri wins the duel this time. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Pato. And here's Del Piero. Oh, that's a fight. There's the shot! It's in! Just one goal in it now! Game on! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And that is expertly dealt with. Cleared without complication. And the flag has stayed down.
Colorado Springs really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Looking for the run. Cute ball now. How can he reach it? And he's on his way. Shapes to shoot. He scores. There seemed no way back, but they are level. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
And the shot!
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Taken back almost at once. Kimmich. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Pato. Law. 4 added minutes on the board. Vermin. Guti. And it's been played through. He's got away. Del Piero. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he was quick to react. That's at the end. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Chouameni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in...
Donadoni! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
And smartly reclaimed. He's shifting through the gears here.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Ribéry. Oh, good take. Del Piero! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Del Piero. He steps in, and that's the end of that. The ball is loose, and the chase is on. Oh, he's burst. It's Luis Suarez! There is the genius of Luis Suarez! About as smooth as it gets. The breakthrough strike. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. They want to be quick to recover this. And we have our very first corner. And he's managed to get rid. And now they can spring out of defence. And that is as far as they're going to go. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Del Piero. That was good pressing. Forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And that is a little undercooked. Chouameni. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's an excellent interception. And that has sent him sprawling. Zanetti, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Bayer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. David Villa. No, again, there's no way through. Tries to pass it through. Ribéry. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Rummenigge. Oh, super find. And the pass is intercepted. Luis Suarez. Thuram. That's travelling a long way. Looking tidy in possession here. Kaká! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Kaká is offering a right smile there.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And he's worked it through. He's through, now is he in? He's been side down, is that a penalty? The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Bergomi did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. Donadoni with a... Donadoni! "75 minutes played. Searching pass he's played there.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going on.
Ribéry! He should have put that one away.
Ribéry really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Rummenigge charging forward, the ball at his feet. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Mateus. And it's Ribéry. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Donadoni. And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Luis Suarez picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proved positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height.
He's tried one! And he's gone looking for safety. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Vieira threads one in. Pele. Neymar. Nedved. And here's Del Piero. Great vision. Ribéry. And this is Nedved. Now that is a hefty challenge. Plays a sharp little ball here.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Mateus. And it's Ribéry.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Goes looking wide. Suarez couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go. Del Piero! Oh, special! That is a special goal! A finish right from the top draw! Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are...
In for the pieces! That's really well cleared. Mateus. And this is Pato. Ribery is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Ribery showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. It's played through for him. Oh, super ball! Nedved.
Colorado Springs can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Out towards the flank. Stood up well to him there. Mateus. 5 minutes till the break. He's through here. And this is Nedved. Oh, that's horribly mistimed. And it's given. Penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. To increase the lead. Wonderful save by Vitor Bayer. And that's a poor pen.
A cool head was needed there, and we got anything but.
And we have our very first corner. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Argentina are looking to go forward now. Well, that has not gone well. And here's Ribery. Very nicely done. And Ribery! It's bounced back off the post. Good chance here. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments and it's 1-0 at the break. That gets things going for the second half.
Colorado Springs really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Rijkaard. And that could set him on his way. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Pato was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Mateus. Oh, this looks sharp. Chips it through. Del Piero! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. Argentina have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Neymar. And that is out of play. Knocks it into space. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Argentina really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Looking for options for movement. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now, can they get him away? So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
It's Luis Suarez! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught napping! And that's aimed into the middle. Costa Curta with the clearance. And this is Luis Suarez. Ribery! And that would have won it.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Argentina are making a change now. Batistuta coming on here as broadly expected.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Xavi Alonso kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Argentina really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Pato. Now that looks a decent ball. And here's Berbatov. Thuram cuts it out.
Argentina really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And he's intervened well there. Rijkaard. Looking to play him in. Aimed beyond the defence. Can he finish? He scores! They have stolen level at the last! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Decent chance! Oh, yes, it's there! And that may just do it!
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and...
So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, we're on the way.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
And Del Piero! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Tries to pass it through. Now it's Ribery. And this is Del Piero. He's through, now is he in? Thuram gets good distance on it. Not the most accurate pass. That's a pretty loose pass. Mateus. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Picked out brilliant. Ribery! It's loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Ibrahimovic wins the duel this time. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he is going into that little black book. So who's he going to be aiming for here? Oh, that pass isn't the best. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Messi. Messi!
Messi really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
That has ended up in no man's land. Wriggles his way through. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. There's a quick free kick. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Nedved.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It'll be a throw-in. Half an hour played now. Mateus, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Messi. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, they could be caught out here. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And he has been fouled there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit. He's cut it out.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And we have our very first corner.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Mbappe. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. That ball looks a good one. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Colorado Springs clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Messi. And it's Ribery. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. Here we go again.
Colorado Springs have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Robson is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Vieira. And it's Nedved. A probing pass. That's beautifully weighted. It's a promising position. That's good play. Cleared without complication. Robson producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Out for a throw. Mbappe. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to...
And Del Piero! Oh, it's hit the post! And that has been clubbed away. And here's Ribéry. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Mbappe. Thuram gets across to intercept that. Bale is onto this. Just about up to 75 minutes. And this is Ibrahimovic. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism.
Takes the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Flings in across. Czech claims it without any fuss. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nicely worked. Schmeichel gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Nicely weighted ball.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And we're done. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. And the outcome inevitable. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here. Alessandro Costa Curta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
And the pass is intercepted. Nedved. Aimed beyond the defence. Goes for the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
And it's Del Piero. Now it's Ribéry. Nedved. Ribéry. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Ball's gone out of play. Nedved. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neither side yet able to find the net. Darwin gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Tries a deft little ball. And it's Nedved. And that's been won straight back. Now it's Del Piero. And this is Ribéry. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Vieira. And it's Xavi Alonso. Oh, good-looking ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Thuram. Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Good ball, good take. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now he's off and running. Nunez. Neither side giving way. It has been tight. Vieira. It's a sharp pass. Little doubt, that is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Chouameni. Vermeeren. The Netherlands finding their passes. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And it's half-time here. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Solid. Very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively, I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Colorado Springs are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And here's Del Piero. Looking for a runner. Oh, well measured. Might be danger. Oh, shooting chance! Rui Costa! Explosive!
Oh, that was magnificent. What a way to stamp your ability on a game. Not necessarily pivotal, but it has most definitely shifted momentum.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Bill! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Van Nistelrooy, he's come in hard. And he's managed to get rid. Nedved. Scholes. And here's Lopez. Nunez. And the shot! They want to be... That's another chance! And again! The Netherlands with the corner. They're first. Climbs up big! He will be livid with himself. Nice looking ball.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Knocks it out wide. Nedved in acres of space out wide. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nedved. Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Tries to play it through. And he's heaved it away. Rui Costa. Scholes. No luck with that dink over the top. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. And this is Pato. Nedved.
Oh, how that cross missed.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness.
Ah, he's given it away! Oh, nicely intercepted. Oh no, this... And Christ! He's scored!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Looking to play him in. And he welcomes it in. Just the goalkeeper's... And the shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Opts for safety. It's a good run. Oh, that's ambitious. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Couldn't squeeze it through. Maldini. It's Xabi Alonso. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Thuram, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Cruyff. Well, that has not gone well. And he's managed to get rid. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
David De Gea, simply because of the remarkable strides he's made to earn the worldwide respect that now exists. From an insecure, hesitant spell, he's grown into a supremely confident and assured character.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Threads one in. Luis Suarez. And it's Messi. Maldini spots it and intercepts. Rijkaard. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Maldini. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Messi. Spread out to the left. Nedved crosses. De Gea sends that a long way. Tonali. And that has left him in a heap. Tries to pass it through. He's come in hard. Goes down, but nothing given. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, nicely intercepted. That's rather hopeful. And the ball's come. Oh, he's been caught napping. Tries from distance. That carried quite a threat. Santos with the corner, there first. Referee has taken his time, but it is going to be another corner. Corner number 2 then. Climbs up big! Goal! Santos! The breakthrough strike! A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Santos have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Cruyff. Now that looks a decent ball, and he was quick to react. Engages and forces him off the ball. Ambitious ball here.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Looking to play him in. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nice looking ball. And it's half-time here. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Messi. Luis Suarez. And a chance! It's in! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And that is expertly dealt with.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Costa Curta. Santos looking to pass their way through. Good read, needed to be. And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Lewandowski really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Santos have their third corner. Bale getting this one clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's got the beating of his man.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Lewandowski. Corner it is. So their fourth corner of the game. And it's Tonali.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
David De Gea gets it away. Now it's Lopez. Filippo inside. Can he finish? Oh, that's fabulous. Throw in.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And that is a little undercooked. And here's Lopez. Fermin. Costa Curta. Aimed beyond the defence. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Colorado Springs certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. So Dida between the sticks for this one, widely recognised, as we all know, Jim, to be one of the great keepers from Brazil. Oh, what a climb! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Mbappe clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. It's come backwards here.
And now they've got a chance to start again.
And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vitinha aimed beyond the defence. Great chance! He's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Lovely ball and a real chance now. And he thumps it clear and reclaimed it in a trice. Xavi Alonso, and it's Ribéry. Cruyff shoots! Goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, and analysis of the goals should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And this is Van... And the shot! And yes, it's there! Into the lead once more. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Madrid get themselves into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
He's having a shot! It's in! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
So all square, and not for the first time. He's had a shot! They've scored! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
And goes for a shot! No mistake! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well,
And we've reached half-time. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. The second half then, just getting going. And this is Cruyff. Iniesta. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Luis Suarez. Real chance! Marvellous goal!
well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
That was a given. It always was.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
He's got away. Nedved. Played into the box. A mighty effort! He's scored! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Xavi Alonso. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Vitinha. Now it's Iniesta. Big chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Madrid have their second corner now. And he's there to clear it. Pinches it off him. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Ribery. That could spell trouble. That's a little off target. That's a good ball. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And here's Cruyff. And he's quick to snatch it back. And here's Cruyff.
Oh, great feat, that.
He's been bundled over. That is a foul.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
So what can they conjure from this one? And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Xavi Alonso clears. Now this could be a chance. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. No, that's been intercepted. The final 5 minutes. Nicely spread. Endrick. He's picked his way through. Crunching tackle. Bergomi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, easy pickings there. He's found a way through. Nedved.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And he's managed to get free. In it comes. Oh, what has happened here? Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy that was. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle.
Any attack containing Raul is a frightening sight for any defence.
His record's a frightening sight.
Well, when you think about it, most of his ilk will put themselves...
Up he goes! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Busquets. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cruyff. Ribery. Threads one in.
Suarez really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe...
Roll! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Raul really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Madrid with the corner, they're first. Bergomi can get it clear. Backward it goes. He's having a go!
Lam really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Now it's Nedved. Oh, perfectly measured that. And he's straight offside. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Lam is always looking to play quality balls. Gives it back.
He had nobody else to help out there. It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Some good work on the right flank here. And here's Cruyff.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Busquets. It's Schneider. And there's green grass ahead of him. And he welcomes it in. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And that's going to be a booking. Mateus. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Bergomi has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Goes for goal! Johan Cruyff, an individual masterpiece!
Oh, what a superb finish to this first half from a great player. It's lifted the whole mood of the team and indeed the fans, and it should be enough to ensure they go into the break with a narrow but very welcome advantage.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of... And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Short changes him with that pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Shot could be on. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Suarez looking to penetrate opposition lines. Gattuso. Madrid looking to pass their way through. Mateus. Suarez in acres of space out wide. He's found the way through. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nice looking ball.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Madrid finding their passes. Now it's Luis Suarez. It's not an especially good pass, that. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time. And Cruyff!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Schneider. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Looking to play him in. It's played through for him. Now that's well seen too. 1-0 as we head towards the end. And this is roll.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
He's had a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, what has happened here? Shot a goal! And that may well be that. That is that. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We have already started here.
Well, Peter, when you've got a striker like Romario in your team, you're always going to be in with a chance.
Oh, there's no one quite like him.
Yeah, a bit of a revolutionary. He was one of the first strikers to venture outside the penalty area, dropping deep, linking up the play. They all do it now. I guess he was the trailblazer.
Shoots! Decent enough try.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. So it's going to be another corner. This their second corner of the game.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Nicely weighted ball. Lahm, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Spread neatly. Ambitious ball here. Nesta cuts out the pass. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Adriano, Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Messi. Rummenigge. Barcelona trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Costa Curta. Mateus. Oh, super ball. And he shoots! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. And there's
And the finish! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Messi really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And he's running chance! And he nearly went all the way.
Romario clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Lahm has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And no, that was never going to make it. Kaka. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Colorado Springs really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Oh, what a climb! Goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game. But that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Terrific header! It's bounced back off the post. Dida gets rid without sophistication.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Adriano really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Nedved ready to try one. So a genuine chance to increase the lead. Nedved! Off the post! Lahm delivers. And he gets rid in a hurry. Alarm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Messi. Goes looking wide. Hernes is wide and looking to get onto this. And a chance! Deftly away.
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He is through here.
Oh, really well played. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And the pass is intercepted. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So this to restore parity. And he scores! Back in business! Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. So all square and not for the first time.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to...
Takes a shot! Oh, that's incredible! And that may just do it! Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
Has a shot! Oh, this is a great position. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Vieira. He has a look up. That's that, the end. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Colorado Springs, absolutely shocking here. Shockingly porous down the middle, which was painfully exploited, and that's left plenty for the manager to think about. A painful reminder of where standards really need to be.